Hey everybody, it's Dallas42 back again with another 7 Days to Die video. It's the morning of day 44. And we're still exploring. Day 49 is our next blood moon. Day 48, we're going to turn our attention to our horde base and do any upgrades that are necessary. But from now until day 47, we are just exploring, questing, and doing POIs. So, I want to go into a tier 5 POI today, but I've got a little bit of junk in my inventory that I should clear out here first, so let me do that real quick. Oh, I left off in the process of making a motorcycle, and there they are. So I'm just 30 seconds for that next piece, and then let's see what we need to do to actually make the motorcycle after that. And then once that's done, we will head out. Ammo up. Make sure we have a full stack of all of our regular ammos if possible. Then I'm going to actually take some extra of the high-powered ammo. Just in case. Alright, let's see if we can build this motorcycle now. Okay, so in addition to the 2 parts I just made, I need 2 wheels. Got that covered. Need an engine. Got that covered. Need a battery. Got that covered. Alright, in 2.5 minutes we will have a motorcycle. And what say we drive it to our new POI that we're going to do? Save us some time. We got some crops that need to be harvested. I guess I could do that during these 2 minutes while I wait. I'm going to grab this gas can out of here, because I don't really intend to use my mini bike anymore, except in case of emergency. I should grab some more repair kits. 2 is not very many. Minute and a half, we got a motorcycle. Have more gas in here? I sure do. Alright. Yeah, my experience with the motorcycle in a previous playthrough is that it is the real deal. It is awesome. So we will probably not need the mini bike at all. We might use the bicycle still for short local stuff just to save gas, but for anything that requires us to go a long distance, the motorcycle is going to be where it's at. I forgot my farming gear again, like an idiot. Oh well. Plant a couple of these. And one of those. Kind of low on seeds right now. Don't have a whole lot to choose from. My cooking bin is completely full. Gonna need to do something about that pretty soon. Let's make sure we have topped up on water. Alright, there's our motorcycle. Boom! There it is. Refuel, that's what I'm trying to do. There we go. And we'll put the rest of the gas in there. We'll put a repair kit in there just to be on the safe side. As you can see, it's got a lot more storage than the mini bike too, so we can use it as a temporary storage container if necessary. And we are on board the bike, and let's go to U.S. Army Post number 7. This is where we want to go. And there's the normal speed on it. And there's the fast speed. Quite a bit faster than the bicycle or the mini bike. Quite a bit faster. Though it does use quite a bit of gas. But for something like this, where we have a long way to go, makes good sense. Don't want to drive it off a cliff or something and damage it on the very first. That's a tier 2 rural house, I think. Heck yeah, motorcycle's awesome. You really get where you're going in a hurry. When you're doing these tier 5 POIs, that's pretty helpful because they can be rather time consuming. Hopefully it won't take us more than today to finish this POI, but as with any tier 5 POI that we do, we're going to go in and we're not going to come out until we're done, however long it takes. Not going to loot every little piece of junk. We'll just take the good stuff, so that'll save a little bit of time. And on the map, this POI doesn't look all that gigantic, and I believe I've done this one before in a previous playthrough and it wasn't too bad, but we will see. We will see. Alright, there we are. Here we are. We're going to take a nice, easy pace at this. Some tool magazine. Repair tools. Bows. Oh, we don't need water coolers. Since it's an army post, we gotta watch out for landmines and other explosives on the perimeter. Alright, we're going in. Are you ready? Ready or not, we're going in. Oh, 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 oh. He's dead. He's just rolling around for some reason. That's weird. Alright, first room. A radiated mutant zombie. That's a good sign. This is going to be a intense POI. Hopefully we'll be prepared. Take some seeds. We're going to be pretty choosy about what we take here. It's good for concrete. To loot every little thing, but I think we just kind of work our way around the perimeter and then see what happens from there. We'll loot our way around the perimeter, and then we'll come outside and drop some things off in a bin or on our bike, and then we can go back into the central building. I think that's how I want to proceed. Because I'm pretty sure that central building has, like, more than meets the eye. Careful with our ammo here. Try not to waste it. Got plenty, but when we go into the central building, we'll equip our high power ammo. Hopefully I'll remember. For these outbuildings, I think we can manage with just the regular ammo. So far, so good. Very manageable thus far. Use the tactical assault rifle for any distant enemies before we bust out our SMG for the shorter range encounters. So far, so good. Armor crafting skill, machine gun parts, that's good stuff. I don't think I remembered to craft the M60 machine gun. We'll have to turn our attention to that when we get back home. Before the next blood moon. Okay, here's someone beating on something over yonder. Salvage tools, knives, rifles. see him over there. Just a little wimpy guy. Sure we didn't miss anything back there. Some gas. Gas is now more important than before because we have a motorcycle to keep fueled up. What am I hearing? Oh, there's a bunch of guys right there. Clipping problem with that fence. That's annoying. You're doing. Sneak up on me like that. I will end you. Oh, meat stew. There's a defunct gyrocopter up here. This is what we're going to try to make. This is one of our end goals, is to make one of these that we can fly around in. We'll get there sooner or later. Continuing around the periphery here. Some clay. We'll just stay away from that central building for the moment until we finish all the outskirts. No loot in that truck. This one does. Robotics baton. Batons are really not very important for me. But what the heck. I don't need murky water, though. My water situation is well in hand. Stay down. Do better with my aim. Gotta be careful. I heard a guy up there. A little short on ammo on this thing. Got plenty of high power, I think. A little short on the regular stuff. It'll be alright. Let's go inside of this building. Well, I almost got excited about handgun parts, and then I remembered we are maxed out on handguns, so I don't think we're going to need another one of those. Scrap that. Just drink that right away. Take those AP ammos. I heard a zombie banging around. Oh, I see you over there. I see you over there. Got him. Salvage tools. Oil shale is good because I can make gasoline out of it. Don't think I need another carb battery, though. Cooking, we're maxed. More machine gun parts, that's good. Take some blueberry seeds and some rotting flesh. Duct tape's always a good thing. I don't need cloth, I'll take. There we go. We're full up on inventory. I'm going to have to go outside and drop some things off soon. Need that. There's quite a bit of loot in this room. More salvage tools. I can make an impact driver quality 3 and repair tools and gas. I'll take all of that. Onward. Something hiding down there. And baton parts. You know, I really don't need baton parts. That's just taking up space in my inventory that other things could be occupying. More useful things. Let's see if we can get out to the exit without alerting any more zombies. And we'll drop some things off, and then we'll come back and do these 3 buildings. And then the ones over on the front there. I dare run. Let's just drop a box right here. And we're gonna drop a waypoint. Whoops, not that. That. Just like that. Anything that's not immediately useful to our progress in this POI, we're going to get rid of it. I should make some more building blocks while I'm thinking about it, instead of dropping the wood off, because we might need some of those if we get into a tight situation. Let's eat this meat stew so it's not taking up extra space. Gotta remember to come back out here and get this stuff after, because I don't want to leave it all here and forget about it. Especially like the machine gun parts, because we want to try and build that M60 machine gun soon. Let's head over into this corner and examine this thing. up there. Alright, into the building we go. Let's go ahead and step away. Alright, that was good. Good efficiency on that. I like it. We don't need to check every toilet anymore. We're beyond that. These military barracks sometimes have some good loot in them. In the foot lockers and the lockers. Oh, look at that. Flaming arrows. Not good for us, but if we had a bow and arrow build, that would be a nice item. Okay, into the next building. Same procedure. Maybe I can just fire through this door. Let them come to me. Here's somebody else. I think I got most of them. Oh, there you are. Want some? Can I get some? Right. I'll take some rocket launcher parts, sure. Machine gun parts, more high power ammo. I'll just eat a can of salmon right now. Doesn't take up space in my inventory. I think I can make like fish tacos or something with that, but that wasn't that useful of an item. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss any foot lockers. Regular lockers. Just scrap that to a pistol part real quick, a handgun part. Not much loot in there, unfortunately. One more of these barracks structures, and then we're going into the main attraction. Locked. Trickier. Still handled it though. We are running rather low on the regular ammo for the 7.62. I wish I had more of that. Alright, I think we are done. Oh, we still got to do these front buildings over here. This front building. I don't think I checked up here either. Let's just take a quick look. A can of food. I'll eat a meat stew real quick. What the heck? I don't need to take it all the way back home with me. You can kind of forage and sustain yourself inside of these POIs. Alright, we're going in. Let's start with the ground floor. Uh-oh. I hear a dog. I see a dog. I killed a dog. It's a big angry mama. It's like a feral mama. Gotcha. It's the brig. Whatever you call it. I heard some meat fall. Must have been one of those bodies. So, weapon bag over here. Machine gun parts. We already got a scope. We don't need that. Machine gun parts are good though. Okay, let's see if we can get upstairs in this thing. Gotcha. Just take a quick look up here and make sure there's nothing good. Wandering zombie wave here that are going to need to be dealt with before we go any further. Uh-oh. Care of them. Let's grab the bag. There's at least one more over there. Don't need that mining magazine. Them. Let's go over here to our storage crate and we'll drop off everything we don't need. Oh, we still have the upstairs of this building to do. Let's do that first. And then after that we will go drop everything off that we don't need before we go into the central building. Zombie juggling. Gained a level. Take those. Maxed on handgun magazines. Don't need paper. Trap crafting, clubs, not important for us, but we might as well read them if we have the chance. Alright, let's drop off everything that we don't need while we're in here. I think with all the machine gun parts we got here, we're going to be good to go for the M60. once we're done with this POI. Okay, and I want to do a repair on this tactical assault rifle before we go in there. Just be on the safe side. Alright, we're going in the main building. See what we find in there. That door is locked. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's locked. So that must be the way out. That must be the way out. Take a couple of those. Take some wood. Build some more building blocks. I don't really use the mushrooms for anything. I guess I don't really need to be taking those mushroom spores every time. I kind of like them for some reason. Okay, we're in. We've gained entry into the main building. Here's that main room. Zombie juggling for the win. Oh yeah, I wanted to change my ammo so I don't get caught unawares. I want the best ammo we can get in here. This one can stay on the regular ammo. This one's just like in case of emergency, I'll pull that pistol out. Or that SMG, I should say. The rest of these are... Actually, I should probably swap these around like that. Scrap that out. There's definitely some zombies in that room. As long as they keep coming at me onesies and twosies at a time, I can definitely handle that. The only thing I'm concerned with is the epic swarm, because like in our Area 7 POI that we did, that last swarm that hit us, that was a huge swarm. Ah, we opened the door. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a guy over there. Oh no. Good. That's what I was hoping for. Kind of getting swarmed a little, so we're going to switch to a shorter range weapon. Try to juggle them as much as we can. Got him. Didn't even get hit. Excellent. Explosives crafting, handgun, and machine gun parts. Okay. We are into the next area. Should I go up or down? We know that down is eventually going to be the end of the POI, or at least I suspect it will be. So I think I'm going to want to go up here, but let's just see what's down here real quick. Yeah, it's blocked off here. About down here. marked off there also. I got some ammo. I don't need sledgehammer parts. I'm not going to use a sledgehammer. My computer's running a little bit chunky in here. Must be a lot of zombies. Okay, we're going to go upstairs. Just gonna patiently wait for them to show themselves. Okay, we can handle that. Keep coming at us a little bit at a time. That's good. I like that. Sure, we cleared them all out over here, which is possible. Ooh, a new book. Craft special ammunition to breach secure blocks like doors and safes. Interesting. What's this? Vehicle fuel saver mod schematic. Cool. That could be useful. Is there more stuff up here? I wonder. I hear a bird. Always good to put a doorway between yourself and wherever they're coming from. Make sure that they can come at you just a little bit at a time. Like the Spartans at the hot gates, right? He's going to break down that block here in a moment. Birds. Okay, if not for them. Alright, so I got an infection. I'm going to take a honey to get rid of that. And I'm fatigued. I'm going to take a vitamin to get rid of that. Alright, good to continue. That was a nasty little area. I don't know if I did. Maybe I need to go back down to that previous floor and clear the rest of that out, because I don't think I finished down there. I don't know which floor is going to be the one that allows me to proceed further into the POI, but I don't want to miss anything important. exit. Knife magazine. Sledgehammers, repair tools. Repair tools are good for us. Shotguns. Alright, looks like that was it for this level. So I didn't miss much, but I did miss a couple of things. I'm glad I went back. Corn seeds I'll take. Alright, up we go. We already cleared most of the enemies out up here on this level, so we should be okay. There's a ladder. We know we cleared this room out because they all came through the wall after us. It's an elevator shaft. I don't want to go down there until I go up the ladder and see what was up there. Some medical supplies. Nothing good. It is nightfall, so even wimpy zombies are going to be moving fast at this point. I'm going to be aware of that. However, I also have that perk that I'm not encumbered at night, so that's going to be nice. Ooh, a weapons bag. Shotgun mag, machine gun parts. Yeah, I don't need the rest of that. I think I already went through there. That's the stairway I came up. This is the elevator shaft? Yeah, that's the elevator shaft that we need to go down. Well, we figured out how we've made it to the top of the POI. Now we got to get down to the bottom. So this is the way down, clearly. I found the elevator car. Here goes nothing. Feel like this is a good place for an ambush. I did it. Wow, look at all the bodies. That worked well. I immediately switched from my SMG to my Desert Vulture as soon as I ran out of ammo. And I even could have switched to the second SMG if necessary. That's all part of my plan. That's how I'm going to deal with these big zombie waves. The hordes that spawn. It's locked. That's locked. Kind of dark in here. Yeah, there's a bag. That was quite a wave there. That was pretty exciting. We handled it though. Alright, here's an unlocked door. What about over there? Is that unlocked? That is locked. Okay. was a little rough. It was a stupid dog that was biting on me that did all the damage. Alright, so I need a first aid kit. That'll take care of the abrasion. And I need a cast, which will take care of that. That is a... oh, it's just a sprain. Okay, so I don't need to use a cast. It'll go away on its own as long as we don't... actually, I can use a steroid. If I use steroids, then that won't slow me down at all, and it won't get any worse. So make sure we reload all of our weapons. That was a big battle. We should be fairly close to the end of this thing, though. We're all the way down in the basement. Or ground level, anyway. Yeah, having multiple guns all loaded, ready to go at the same time, is the key for these big zombie waves, so that you don't have to stop and reload partway through. You can just swap weapons and keep firing. That's the ticket. Seems like that is the ticket. At this point in the game, there's not too many books I haven't read. Good enough. Good in there. Take some glue. Glue is good. There's a bag. Did I already loot that bag? I did not. Ooh, that one was loaded. Loaded with good stuff. Stupid dogs. Always causing problems for me in this game, those dogs. Okay. Something in here dropped a bag. More ammo. Scope times 4 schematic. Where was that when we wanted it way back in the day? Never know what you're going to get in this game. Sometimes there's items that be super helpful that you just never find, and then there's items that are not helpful at all that you find really early on. Okay, this is going to be a battle right here. Retreat to this door. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Hear more. Try to proceed at a deliberate, careful pace. We got 2 hours of protection against another infection, which is always nice. That's a really good item to find. Here we go. Looks like they're mostly little guys. That's good. That's like a minor payoff. I don't think it's the big payoff. Certainly not the big payoff. But we're getting there. Can't be too far away. Chicken ration. I can just use that immediately. I don't need murky water. Chicken soup. I'll just use that immediately. Goldenrod tea. I'll just use that immediately. Blueberry pie. I'll just use that immediately. Don't need to worry about eating or drinking because I'm keeping myself sustained as we go. You know what I'm going to do? Well, maybe, maybe not. Okay, I guess we're good. I was thinking about repairing my weapons, but it'd be kind of a waste. The only risk is that if there's a huge battle, my weapons could actually get completely depleted before I'm able to finish the battle, and that could be bad. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's unlikely that that will happen. Take some easy coal if I can get it. Potatoes are always good for crafting our hobo stews. We also need to look at the gumbo stew. We just unlocked how to do a gumbo stew recently. Let's see how that works. Right. Handling it. Handling it. Nothing we can't handle so far. Hopefully it stays that way. There's the generator. If a person had a generator quest, they'd have to fight their way all the way to this point. I saw a piece of loot up there, but I'm not too worried about it. Motor tool parts could come in handy later on. The parts, motor tool parts, steel tool parts, handgun parts, all those kinds of parts. You can never craft those, you have to find them. So if they might potentially be useful to you someday and you happen upon them in a POI, you have to take them. I hear somebody back there. Bad feeling about this. Need all that. Ammo, yes please. Replace the vitamin I used earlier. Forge steel, yes please. Okay, there's a door over here that's unlocked. There's also something over here. supplies. Place that first aid kit I used earlier. Looks like that's all that's in there. Alright, into the next room we go. I see an exit. There goes nothing. Retreat. Set up the hot gates again. And they don't come. Get their attention again. Got a little disoriented there. Alright, I did it. That was a pretty big battle. But we got it. Alright, let's see what's next. There's a box. If you see boxes like that, you can always open them up. There's always something good in them. I mean, a chance for something good. There's always loot in them. We're handling this POI so far. It's been manageable. Not nearly as hard as that Area 7 so far. Hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, this looks like the operational nerve center of the place, and there's that locked door over there. Is there going to be another big battle in here? There might be. Be prepared for it. I think I see the payoff over there. Oh, yep. Run away! I'm going to go back over here again. Push the wrong button there, but we got it back. This gun kicks like a mule. I think I did it. Oh! There's more. Reload's quick. Is there more? Who else wants some? Kind of work your way back, reloading your weapons one at a time until you get back to your first one again. That was a big battle, but we did it. The music went down, so it's... Oh, there's another guy. There's a couple more in there, it sounds like. There's a big mama. Took care of her. It's dawn, so the zombies are moving slow again. That was kind of a nice thing to happen. I would be encumbered again, except I took steroids, so I'm not encumbered. Don't take those in real life, kids. I wager that was probably the final epic battle in this dungeon. Or this POI, I should say. But I've been wrong before. Might have a straggler or two that didn't come with the big wave. That might be outside, that other one that we're hearing. There's the button to unlock the main payoff, but I want to make sure I clear all these little peripheral rooms first. My steroids wore off, that's why I'm moving slow again. Vultures, 10% more damage to vultures. Alright, that's cool. I think that zombie that we're hearing is up at surface level. That's where I came in. Okay. I think we're ready to go over here and get the payoff. Oh no! That was sneaky of them. I put one more little wave of zombies there. That was kind of sneaky of them. There's a lot of loot in here. Hopefully get some good stuff. That guy's outside. He's going to be beating on that steel door. I'm not too worried about that. Machine gun parts. Fortifying grip. That's better than paper, I'm sure. Ooh, an iron breaker mod. That's going to be better than a mushroom spore. This requires lockpicks. Hopefully I got enough to get it open. I got 48 more, so that should be enough. There it is. We've unlocked it. Harvesting tools, ×2. We'll take, let's get rid of a coffee seed, and we'll take this auto turret bundle. We've got Nomad headgear level 4. That's better than 2 blueberry seeds. Athletic hat, I don't think that one's all that useful for me. Need another ergonomic grip. Take some ammo. That too. Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna open this door and then we're gonna have to kill this guy. Didn't expect a crawler too. It's caught me off guard. Hey, we are outside. You know what that means? We've completed the POI. We did it. Where's the way out? Over here. Hey, there's a pig over there. Alright, let me drop a few things in here real quick. So that I can make more room for pig parts that I want to harvest real quick. Okay. Okay, so then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my map and I'm going to put a check mark on this thing. So we know we've done that one. And that's 3. We've completed the U.S. Army Post 7. We've completed the Area 7 down there. And we've completed the Red Mesa Compound. So still that we know of in the Pine Forest is the hybrid mining up here. That was the first one that we failed on. And the Korea Rock Works over here is the other one. So we will get to those soon. Right now I want to pick up everything out of here that I don't want to leave behind. Things that are really useful. Kind of urgent. And then once I got all that, then we'll just hit this button, take all, and it'll pick up everything else that it can fit. And we did mark that storage, so we know where it's at. We can come back and get it later if we need to. I could use the storage on the motorbike also, which I might end up doing. Where's my motorbike? Oh, there it is over there. Let me just put some storage on here. Let's just drop a bunch of... probably not a good idea. Just drop a bunch of stuff in here. Not the stuff I always need. Not stuff that's too important in case I forget about it for a while. A few more spots. Okay, we've actually got everything out of this storage now, so I can actually delete the marker. Don't have to worry about the box, but we can at least delete the marker. And then we want to put our marker back on our home so we can find our way back easily. Like so. And that's it. We're going to head back home. We're going to drop all of our stuff off, and then we're going to call it a day. It's a little bit of a late day because of the being in a POI that took us a while, but Tier 5 POIs are nothing to mess around with. You got to be careful in there. I'm happy that we were able to complete it without dying. That Area 7, that was a little bit traumatic, having to dig down and retrieve our body. But at least we were able to keep going and finish it without missing anything. But this one was nice and clean indeed. So that being the case, there's only 2 more to go. The Rockworks and the mining, both of them are kind of wide open, outdoorsy sorts of POIs, so I think we'll try the Rockworks first, and then we'll go for the mining last, if we don't locate any other Tier 5 POIs within the Pine Forest. I don't think there are any more hiding, but we got a couple more little fog of war areas that we need to knock off the map at some point. Probably do that before we do any more POIs, before we do any more Tier 5 POIs, just to make sure that we've identified all of them. And then we just got those 2 more Tier 5s to do, and then we're going to be moving on to the Burned Forest. Alright. Is there anything I can take out of here? Yeah, we can do that. Alright. Get all of our stuff dropped off here. Ammo. So I'm going to put away all the AP ammo and all the high power ammo, because until we're ready to either do a Horde Night or another Tier 5 POI, we are just going to roll with the basic ammo. What does this one do? Reduces food and water use. Okay. Looks kind of cool. That was a new piece we didn't have yet. Iron Breaker mod. Do more damage against iron. I wonder if I have room for another mod in my pickaxe. I don't. Well, we'll wait, because once we get a better steel pickaxe, we will have room for more mods, probably. Here, let's fuel up this bike. And then take as much as we can. Yeah, now it's 100% fuel, okay. Drop the rest in there. And I want to drop one repair kit in there, just to be on the safe side. I got everything else out of the bike. Oh. Swap our weapon ammos out. Get rid of that stuff. Full up. I don't need old sham sandwiches. Those are useless for me. Let's just throw them on the ground. They'll disappear after a minute. I wanted to color one of my guns red and see what happens. Let's color this one red. Well, it's not as cool as I thought it would be. Oh well, better than nothing. Oops. And before I log out, I want to take a quick look and see what we have to do to get the M60 machine gun built. Trap crafting times 3, and it gave us 2 SMG auto turrets. Sorry, I had to mute my microphone momentarily for an annoying phone call coming into my house. I didn't want you guys to have to listen to. think that's all set. Let's take a look at that M60 real quick. There it is. I need 18 machine gun parts. Got that covered. I need some forged steel, a lot of it. I need a lot of duct tape. I need a lot of springs. And I need a legendary part. Let's see how close we are on steel. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a job. We're going to have to go get some iron, because we don't have very much. Drop it in there. Get it smelting at least. And clay also, because that's required for the steel. There's a lot of clay in there already, but that's alright. Alright, I think I'm going to call it right there. We'll continue with our quest to make the M60 machine gun next time. Let's just put this up here. M60 machine gun. Then we'll remember next time that that's what our priority is. So, it was a productive session. We finished another Tier 5 POI, which is awesome, and we did it cleanly with no deaths along the way. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you were entertained or you learned something about the game, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about it. I will see you in the next one.